Hey, hey, hey. What's happening? Let me get over there to you all. Hi. Bam. Here we go. Hey y'all, what's happening? Happy Tuesday. Happy May. Happy. How we feeling? How we doing? You know how we do. Let me know y'all are in the building. I got my phone here. I'm locked out of my Mac because they tripping. So I got my phone. So I'm you see me looking down here. How y'all doing? Give me one word to describe how we're feeling at the top of May, the beginning of the week, the fifth month of the year, one more month and we're halfway through 2022. How are we feeling? One word, drop it in the comments. Let me see. You know how we do. Let's go. If you're new, welcome to the community. Welcome, professionals. Welcome. Glad you are here. Happy to have you. We are here every Tuesday. Welcome, YouTube. I think that I am broadcasting on YouTube. First time, y'all. If you're over there, YouTube, if anybody's there, say hello. Let me know I did this right. Let me know I did this right. I'm going to see because I don't see Ingrid. There, see? Hey, Ingrid. Hey, hon. I am blessed. I love that. I love it. Let me see. So I see your name. So I'm just going to put this down and I'm going to leave the phone right here. That way, hopefully I can review. How's everybody feeling? Going into the summer, it's getting hot here in the A. It was I think it was 80 degrees today. I went for a ride and it felt good. It was early this morning when I went to work out. It felt so good. I'm a tropical girl. Love the good weather. So tonight we are discussing returning to work. This is happening all across the globe where employers and companies are asking, or some are not asking, they are mandating. Hey, Tivia. Hey, hon. What happened? They are mandating that employees come back to work. How do we feel about this? How do we feel about returning to work? We have been at home, right, for 2 years, some of us longer than that. And now they're asking us to go back to work. How do we feel about that? Has anyone been asked to go back to work? And first of all, has anyone been asked to go back to work? How are they asking you? Did they give you a date you knew ahead of time? If you got a new job and new offer, because I know at some of the companies, they'll give you the offer and they'll say, it's hybrid right now, or it's remote right now with plans to go back into the office in 3 months, 6 months, 7 months. Has anyone been asked? To go? Or do you know what's coming and you're trying to figure out what it is you want to do? It's a little scary, right? It's a little different, especially like I said, if you've been home for 18, almost 24 months, and now you're being asked to return to work, it could be a little scary. I spoke to someone, I think it was last week, and she shared with me, and I wrote it down because I thought it was really good, and that's the reason why I brought this topic up. And I can't remember the word she used. It was social. It wasn't social anxiety, but almost like a social fear, because we've been in the house, enclosed, almost in a bubble, and now you want us to go back out and engage and interact. So I want to get into this, and I'm going to share my screen. I got a very short, because I want us to have a dialogue on this. Just some information as I was doing some research and reading about this that I want to share. Ingrid said, no, not yet. I'm in healthcare and they are saving more money. Yeah, that would be my thought, Ingrid, as well, for all employers. Like the overhead is so much lower with the employees being at home. So I want to discuss what is top of mind for some of the employers and the reason why they're asking people to come back to work. So let's dive in. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. You know how we do this. And we can talk about it a little bit more here. So I'm going to share, and we should be sharing. And let me hide this. And I know there's a bit of a delay, but I'm going to wait for this to catch up, and then we'll dive in. We'll dive in. I'm going to look over here to the comments to make sure I don't miss anything. So, how to decide about returning to the workplace? Because ultimately, here's the thing, it's your decision. And I know you may be thinking, well, you know, Kelly, I got to pay bills. So if they say I have to go back, well, not necessarily so. You do have options, right? And I want you to open your mind to, you know what, I do have options. I don't have to. So let's talk about this. Here's what's happening. This is happening all across the globe. And again, as I dove deeper into this, it looks as if the first quarter and now going into second quarter in April, a lot of the companies have asked employees to come back to work. Microsoft says it will fully reopen its facilities in Washington State and San Francisco. This was in February 28th to be exact, and expects, this is what kind of tripped me out a little bit, expects employees to adopt the working preferences they've agreed upon with their managers within 30 days. So Microsoft is saying, look, I'm going to give you 30 days. Sit down with your manager and agree upon your working preferences. Now, here's my thought. You let me know what you're thinking. I'm thinking that they gave them options, like preferences, like you can do this or you can do this. Or maybe it was 3, you can do this. So for instance, I'm thinking Microsoft said something to the effect, you can work a couple days at home, and then the rest of the the other 3 days you can come into the office, or you can work full-time in the office, or something to that effect. But I thought it was interesting the way that they said this, adopt, right? The working preferences they've agreed upon with their managers. That says a lot to me. The Social Security Administration is aiming to reopen its customer service offices in early April. So that was last month. And then Ford says its campuses will welcome additional corporate team members back on site in April. Now, you see how they say we'll welcome additional corporate team members back, right? They're not saying we're forcing you, we're mandating you, but ultimately some of these companies are. And then Wells Fargo, as you can see, has announced a flexible hybrid model starting March 14th, with most employees coming in 3 days a week. So this was a few months ago. And so the thing about Wells Fargo to me that's interesting is the banking industry as a whole will eventually, with AI and the machine learning and everything, they will eventually go fully online, right? You notice when we were in the pandemic, if you had any banking concerns or any banking that you had to do, period, it was easy to do online. And so I foresee that the banking industry, excuse me, will move totally online in really, really soon, really soon. So here's some stats for you. Returning to the office, employees prefer to work. And again, these numbers were a little surprising to me because everybody I talked to wants to work remote. But according to this is by Robert Half. This was a study done. They said 26% of employees want fully remote work. 49%, close to half, prefer hybrid of remote and in office. That's almost half. And then the other 25% wants to be fully in the office. Here's some concerns of those that want to be fully remote only. Weaker coworker relationships. So they won't be able to have the relationship. This is their concerns. 28% say they won't be able to have the relationships with their coworkers as they had in the past. Is this a concern to you all? Would this be a concern for you, having that relationship with your coworkers? Would that be of concern to you? 26% said decrease productivity while at home, and then 20% say fewer career advancement opportunities. Now, I tend to agree with this last statement, and we'll get into this a little bit later. I'm going to show you some more information on this, but I tend to agree with that one. Now, those that wish to return to office, here's their wish list: ability to set preferred work hours. They want personal office space, so not too close together. Commuting expenses, so they want a stipend. They want you to pay for that gas, right? Relaxed dress code. I think we were there before the pandemic. Most companies, I thought, had the relaxed dress code, or business casual, as they call it. And then employer provided childcare. And I've heard this a lot. The childcare at the workplace. And 1 in 3 professionals currently working from home would look for a new job if required to return to the office. Like, even like an hour ago, I just saw, I should have grabbed that number. Oh my gosh, I should have grabbed that number. I just read this and it came in, I can't remember where, but they were saying, I'll grab it. I'm going to grab the number. I'm not going to say what I think it is. I'm going to get the actual number about how many opportunities, how many jobs are available because people are not returning to work. And so if you decide, hey, I'm not going back, and you're like, well, quitting for some of us is a luxury that few of us can afford these days. And I think Tivia and Yvonne, they were saying that, listen, I'm tired of this, right? And it's especially true for older workers who often struggle to find decent paying jobs later in life. A lot of people are just tired of it. They don't want to go back to work. And so let's look at some of the challenges professionals have with returning to work, and then we'll look at some of the recommendations, okay? And we talked about some of these. Health and safety, of course, is at the top of everyone's list, top of mind. And some of the things that you can do as part of recommendations, of course, if you're looking for work or if you're going back to work, ask them what are they doing to ensure your safety? What types of policies are in place, right? These are things you want to know. Have they installed new ventilation systems or air purifiers? Have they spaced out desks or installed partitions? These are you have the right to ask these types of questions and even more, because your health, right, is at risk. These are questions that you can ask. It's perfectly okay. And I know that employers have been working on policies, COVID policies, pandemic policies, and procedures. You want a copy of that. You want to know what that looks like. Work relationships, we just touched on that a little bit. If the majority of your colleagues return to the office, are you concerned that you'll be left out of key decisions or overlooked when it's time for promotions? This is the point that I wanted to touch on, because oftentimes it's kind of like, out of sight, out of mind. They see that Jane comes to the office every day, but Kim and Steve, they're at home. So they're not necessarily thinking about Kim and Steve because Jane is there every day. So we're going to give this promotion, this opportunity, this stretch project, this developmental bonus to Jane. So a lot of people do have that concern. And I think I would have that concern as well. That you may not get the same fair treatment, even though you're doing the work. You're doing the work at home. You're just not in the office. And so those are some of the concerns that's had, and some of the things that you can do, and some of the ways that you can mitigate those concerns is to really stay engaged. If you're one of the ones that say, I'm not going back in, I'm not returning to work, and your employer agrees to let you work from home every day, then it's up to you, not the employer. It's up to you to stay engaged, stay involved, stay tapped in to everything that's going on at your place of employment. Ways that you can do that is to have small chats with your peers. If you have a cross-functional job that you do, and you work with other business units, I would also have small chats with them to see what's going on, to stay abreast of what's going on in the company, so that when you're on the team meetings, that you'll be able to engage, that you'll be able to contribute to the conversation. But there is nothing like being right there to get, see, the VP walking by and you have a conversation with them, right? And so these are some major concerns with those that are not returning to work. The other thing is personal communication style. Do you feel like your rapport with your colleagues, we touched on this earlier, has been compromised by working remotely? Or have you been able to maintain productive and working relationships? So again, just maintaining maintaining the rapport with your colleagues as well as your leadership team. That's something that probably got to work on a little bit harder, not being in the office. So again, these are some of the things that's top of mind and some of the challenges. And then flexibility. How much do you value? Is it a nice to have or a must have, having that flexibility? Will a hybrid model give you the flexibility you need? And if so, how many days or hours working from home would be optimal? This is something you can negotiate. If you're being asked, as we go into the recommendations, if you're being asked to return to work, this is where you can start to negotiate. If you were with me last Saturday, we had a great time, by the way. It was fire. Y'all didn't heard about it. We had a really good time where we're talking about negotiating. This is one of those things that was on that list that you can negotiate, returning to work or not. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to say this, that you have to be one of those high performing employees, right? You want to be one of the ones that's providing a lot of value. You are an asset to that company. You can use this as leverage, as negotiating power as well. So think about that. If you have to return to work, and I think Yvonne was sitting in traffic, thinking about the commute again, and you haven't been commuting all these years, right? For the past 2 years, I should say. Think about negotiating that. And we'll talk a little bit more about this. Now, one of the things I do want to bring up is empathy towards your employer needs. And only because you don't want to go into a conversation with your employer, mad or upset and hostile, right? You want to preface your conversation by saying you understand it is a business. You know that, you want to bring employees back to work when you start your negotiating conversations. And you can ask, why is the organization doing this? Why are you bringing employees back to work? It would seem as if, I think Ingrid has said it, that it would be, a cost savings for you to have employees at home. Here's how you can start that conversation. The other thing I want to share is to be patient if you can, because employers are going to want to see how this, they're going to want to see how this plays out, because people are leaving. And if they see that they're starting to bleed, as we used to say in recruiting when people left and when the turnover was high, then they'll do something about it. They will stop the bleeding. They will put a Band-Aid on it, or they will do some real surgery on this thing and say, hey, you can work from home. Go ahead and work from home. And so that's totally your call. Now I'm going to come out of here and just see, what are your thoughts on returning to work? Do you feel as if it should be an employee decision, not an employer decision? Let's see. Anina says no concerns with being overlooked. You're not concerned. Okay, that's good. That's good. Make sure you turn. You can't see me? You laughing at me, Robin. Don't be playing with me. Don't be playing with me. Oh, Anita's on YouTube, y'all. It's working. Hey, Anita. It's working. It's working. Hopefully y'all can see me. Robin, don't scare me like that. But listen, Anita says she I just see what you wrote. I prefer to resign. I get it. But here's the thing, y'all. Anita's making a decision. Remember early on, the very first slide I said, it's a decision. Got you. I hear you, Robin. Okay, I got you. I got you. Being engaged. Right. And turn your camera on. I hear you on the Zoom calls, right? Anina's making a decision. That's the very first step. You go through your checklist. Prioritize what's important to you. My health is important to me. What are you doing to ensure that I am safe should I return to the office? You have a right to ask that question. If you're like, you know what, I am not getting in traffic anymore. Yvonne was talking. I don't know if she's made it on here. I know she was in the car. I just can't commute anymore. I'm not commuting. I'm not doing that. I've been at home these past 18, 24 months. I'm not going to get in the car, get in traffic. I'm not doing that anymore. If that is of importance to you, if that is high on your priority list, then it may be time to think of doing something else. The decision is yours. You cannot let Kelly, I got to pay bills. The rent is due, the mortgage is due, my car payment. It's still going to be due when you go to work. When you're miserable and commuting, it's not going anywhere. You still have to make a decision of how you want to live your lifestyle. Anina has made a decision. That's it. I'm not going. Let me take the steps to do what I need to do to not do this anymore. I'm just not going. Oh, I said I was going to grab a stat. I'm going to show y'all this. Hold on 1 second. Let me grab it. Let me grab this. I just saw this on, where did I see this? It was a shade room, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I just saw this 1 hour before I got on here. And I was going to clip it. Will it let me? Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Right here. I'm going to share my screen. Here's why you can make a decision. Here's why you can do this. I'm going to share my screen. Share. Let it come up. Here's why. Here's why, y'all. And I know here, yeah, there it is. Here's why. This is continuing to happen. They posted this an hour ago. An additional, not just 4.5, but an additional 4.5 million Americans quitting their jobs in March, leaving 11.5 million jobs available. I'm going to sit this right here for about 5 seconds. Do not tell me that you cannot, there's opportunities weaved in between this headline. There's opportunities, you all. You can make a decision. Don't say you cannot. Kelly, I got this and I got this and I can't leave because this and I can't these. That's because you don't want to. Because there's 11.5 million opportunities out there right now for those that want to make a transition. That want to, all of these aren't remote, but a lot of them are remote. This is the same thing. This is what I shared last weekend when I was and I think Anina was there when I was sharing with them, negotiating, working remotely. And we're doing part 2 next Saturday. Next Saturday, May 14th. I'll drop the link in a second. We're doing it part 2 because there's a ton of questions I didn't get to, but you can negotiate working from home. And if your employer is mandating you to go back to the office, if you like the job, right? You like what you do, you like your employer, you like your boss and all of that, I'd highly, highly recommend negotiating working remotely. One, because you just saw the headline. They're losing people left and right. Use that to your advantage. Leverage the fact that companies are bleeding right now. It is critical mass right now. It is critical. It is urgent right now. They cannot keep people. People are said, they're done. I'm leaving. I'll figure this out. Now, smart employers, they're like, you know what? Hey, you can work remote. Come on over here. You can work remote. Now, again, next Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's totally free. We talked last Saturday about preparing for a conversation to negotiate. And I talked about what you can negotiate, but we didn't make it because we was having such a good time. We didn't make it to getting the money So you can negotiate. That's what we're going to talk about next Saturday on May 14th. So I'm going to drop the link to that in a second. But don't think you cannot negotiate return to work. Anina says, my employer notified the workforce via email. A specific date was given with 30 days in notice. With 30 days in notice advance. Yes, I was positively productive. A go-to resource per my supervising manager. Top performer. That's amazing. I did not have these tools to negotiate with. Please put, that's it, y'all. Y'all see what she says. You see what she said. She's top performer and she's deciding to leave. It's a decision. It's a decision that you can absolutely make. You saw the headline. I didn't even have that in the presentation. You saw the headline. It was an hour ago. As of March, 2 months ago, 4.5 additional jobs. You can't tell me, I don't care what nobody says. You can't tell me that there isn't an opportunity out there for you. You cannot tell me that there isn't an opportunity out there for you. You cannot tell me that. And if you can use assistance with putting your package together, branding yourself so you can go out to the market, you can let me put help in the comments and I'll reach out to you after this. But there are 11.5, you saw it, opportunities out there. You have to get out there, right? To be seen. You have to have exposure. If they don't know you out there, then you won't get contacted. So I highly recommend that you prioritize. If you want to think about it, if you want to step back, because I know for some it's not as easy as just making a decision. I know a lot of people like to, think about it and mull it over because it is your life, it's your livelihood. I get it. I'm not saying just jump out there. Give it some thought. Prioritize what's important to you. You know what? I really don't want to get back in traffic. I think Yvonne was saying that. She's like, yeah, I'm sitting here right now, Kelly. Prioritize what's important to you. Is it being at home with those that you care about, that you're closer to? Because you know how long you'll be in the car, going to work and coming back, getting up, taking a shower, getting your coffee, getting in the car, doing that every day. They say there's 90,000 hours that we spend going back and forth to work. That's a lot of your life gone. That's a lot of your life. Let me see if I can post this here. This is just the Zoom link, y'all, for Saturday, next Saturday. I don't know if it's going to go through, but I just posted it. It looks like it went to, maybe it went to YouTube. I don't know, y'all, but I'll post in the comments after this. And so last Saturday, we talked about negotiating what you can negotiate, right? If you're going back to work, or just negotiating, period. If you're getting a job offer, if you're already working for someone and you know that you're only getting 2%, different things that you can negotiate. We talked about preparing for that conversation. So next week, next Saturday on the 14th, we're going to talk about getting the money so you can negotiate that as well. Don't think the main point here today about returning to work is don't think you don't have options. Okay, thank you, Anina. I'm not sure how to get this over on Facebook, y'all, but I'll definitely drop it afterwards. Do not think you don't have options, because you do. You definitely have options that you can leverage, but I would definitely prioritize what's important to you as it relates to returning to work. Your employers can put policies in place. No one can make you do anything. That's it. They can put policies in place. Can't nobody make you do anything. Your career is yours. Your lifestyle, your livelihood, how you feed yourself, your family, how you take care of your bills, that's on you. A lot of people are out here fussing at the employer and my boss saying this and my company saying this. It ain't up to them. It's up to you. You can make a decision. They can too, right? You just decide. Anina did. She said, no, I'm not doing it. And here's what I need to do. She knows she's got 30 days. And she reached out and she said, I got 30 days, Kelly. I'm like, let's get it done. We're going to fast track this thing. Let's get it done. And so for you, prioritize, make a list, health, commuting, being closer to loved ones, anything that's important to you, make a list and then rank them. You know what? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it here that much. You know, I know my health insurance and my 401k and all of this is tied in, but I can transfer. I can roll it up because I get only one opportunity at this thing called life. Let me go ahead and make sure that I'm living the life that I want to live. I'm taking care of my career the way that I want to. I'm meeting my goals. I'm aligning to my career goals and my objectives. I'm aligning to what it is I want to do, not what they want me to do. Because what you're doing is selling your time. You're selling your time. It's going to be in the car. It's going to be in the office. Or it's going to be at home. But you have to make a decision what you want to do with your time. Money you can get. You can get money. Time, you don't get that back. Once that's gone, it's gone. So it's time out for making money for them and following their rules because you feel like you have to. That's this. That's a lack mentality. Because you believe that you can't get something else with all those wonderful skills you have, all that experience that you have. You mean to tell me you don't believe in you? I can't be over here believing in you more than you. And I just told you, I know you can. I showed you. That's not bad for you. It's bad for them. That's opportunities, 11.5 million of them for you. It's just a decision, y'all. It's just a decision. When I quit my job, I was making more money than I had ever made in my life. In my life. But I also was having health concerns. And I had to make a decision. And I quit. Best thing I could have ever done. I'm so free now. That's why I can sit up here and do all the things and laugh with y'all. And it looks like that. I hear people saying last week, they were like, oh my gosh, your energy. Oh my God. It's because I'm free. It's because I'm free. I'm not bogged down. I'm not thinking about what happened at work and if my boss mad at me and this report I got to do when I get in and this environment is toxic and all the gossip that's happening over here. There are wonderful work environments. You just have to find yours. There's wonderful bosses out there. Don't feel like you got to stay somewhere. You don't. You don't. And I know it can be scary. I shared this with them last weekend as well, because I say this and I have passion behind it. And it's like, Kelly just telling me to quit. I know it's scary, y'all. I know it. Y'all know my story. I was a single mom and they let me go when I was working at, it wasn't Comcast. It was Georgia Cable Television, but Comcast came in. They said, oh, we don't need y'all. What the heck am I going to do? I got a little girl to feed. I was scared out of my mind. So don't tell me that I don't know, because I do know. This ain't something that I heard and just made up. Just because I recruited, I still had to find a job. So I get it. I know it's not easy. I'm not trying to sell you a dream. And you're going to have to put some work in to get what you want. But doggone it, aren't you worth it? Aren't you worth it? Don't you believe in you? You have to, because you wouldn't be showing up. You wouldn't be here watching me. Anita said, my employer notified. Oh, she said that. Okay. Anita said fast track this thing. Yeah. Nina said, be sure to count up the cost for yourself. Do the 5. Use these wonderful tools to negotiate a better life for yourself. Make the decision. She got decision in all caps, y'all. And I know it feels good. It feels good even to make a decision. And she know I got her back. I don't coach this thing and I ain't this confident for nothing. That's because I did it. And I got about 400 testimonials of other folks that did it. You can too. You just have to make a decision. Tivia said, I'm worth it. That's it. There y'all go. There you go. There you go. You are worth it. You are worth it. You are absolutely worth it. You deserve to live your best. That's it. You know that. Y'all deserve to live your best life. Come on. Come on. We living our best life up in here. That's what we're doing. We're not going to let anyone take that from us. We're not going to depend on anyone to give that to us. We're going to create and we're going to make what it is that we want, because this is our life, our careers. This is what we went to school. We paid all that money for, all that hassle you've been through, all that experience you got. And then you're going to have somebody tell you, get back in here. Oh, no, ma'am. No, sir. No, this is not what we're doing. Here's what we're going to do. You're going to either let me work from home, or I'm going to get something else. I need an increase because here's skills. This is negotiating. These are some of the things that I talked about. Right? Y'all have to stand up for yourself. Nobody else is going to do it. Nobody else. It is not anyone else's responsibility. Your career is like your baby. You nurture it. You take care of it. You grow it. You feed it. You develop it. A lot of us have put it to the side and got comfortable with our careers. And it's just become familiar and we've become complacent. But you got skills, because I know you do, because you're working. Somebody knows that what you have is of value because they're giving you their money for it. You just got to know how valuable it is. The value and the worth is what you know it's worth. The value is what they put on it. They value it for $50 an hour. You know it's worth $250 an hour. Value and worth. If you feel like you only worth commuting every day, going to a frustrated, toxic work environment, feeling stuck, feeling unmotivated, then that's what you feel like you're worth. You feel like you're worth getting up every morning, getting in traffic, putting on clothes, going to a toxic environment. That's what you feel like you're worth. And they know it. I think I did a podcast. I wrote something and I said, because you show, I think I did a podcast. I don't think I posted it because I was very passionate like I am now. I was very passionate and somebody made me mad as well. So I'm like, I better not post this. They ain't ready for that. Y'all know how I can get. Yes, y'all know I want you to live your best life. That was Quinn. Yeah, that's right. Live your best life. Live your best life. And you all are the designers and the creators of your life. There's two, for too long, and I am included as well. I'm not sitting here trying to be this, I don't know what they call the woke person. Like I've got it all together. I was there as well, but I just made a decision. And since I've made a decision, it's opened up my mind so much and I can see clearly now. I was talking to somebody, I don't ever remember the names, and they were saying, when I used to work here, I've been in this box. That's what my podcast was about, because they were saying how they worked as in a labor environment, like in a warehouse for Amazon for years, like 11 years. And they said, Kelly, I've been looking on Indeed and I've been looking on ZipRecruiter and I've been looking and I really want to make, I think, she wanted to make $25 an hour and she wasn't making but 15, 16, 17. She said, I'm just finding 50. I said, have you looked on LinkedIn? I said, where are you searching for your jobs? And she said, well, I'll go here and I'll go here. And I said, well, let me show you something. And she was just astounded by just, first of all, that you can search for jobs on LinkedIn, right? Because she was a little intimidated by LinkedIn. And I know some people are. And that's not the end all be all. I was just giving her an option. And I said, you can do this. You don't have to be in that world where you're using your body, your physical body, to make money. In the corporate arena, you use this. You can chill out. You don't have to use this. Right? She said she had to put on steel-toed shoes. She said her back, she was starting to hunch over because of the things that she did. Smart, very smart woman. And she's always wanted to work in corporate. And here's my point. She didn't know because she was in this box. She was like this. That's all she saw. So when she went to Indeed and she applied and she went to ZipRecruiter, she kept getting the same thing. She didn't open up. Oh my gosh. Y'all know what blinders are? The Kentucky Derby is coming up, so I'm thinking about it. You know what blinders are, right? That's what they put on the horse. They're called blinders. So they put it on the horse just like this. So he'll stay focused. He won't see all the other things. So they put blinders. She had blinders on. And I just opened up her world. She's doing exactly what Anina did 4 weeks. Matter of fact, she got her equipment last week. She got a job. Happy as a lark. Now she's talking about, I ain't gonna tell you what she's talking about, but she want to get cute and all the stuff. So, but take the blinders off. Get out the box. Live your life. Live your life. Live your life. Anita over there fussing over there on YouTube. Look at her. Stand up for yourself, y'all. Speak up and be heard. Okay, Jack. Okay, Jack. Get out the box. You can do it. I wish we could be on here talking. Y'all come next Saturday. Come next Saturday so we can talk and have some engagement. I'm going to drop the link. I don't know why I can't put it on this streaming thing, but I'm going to drop it afterwards. Come next Saturday. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Y'all know we like to get into it and discuss things. I wanted to touch on this topic because I know it's happening. I know it happened a lot for the first quarter where they were having people come back to work. It's been a huge topic of discussion for a lot of groups and things like that. So please know that you have options, and know that it's one word. It's just one word, and that's decision. And it's up to you. It's not up to your boss. It's not up to your husband or your wife. It's up to you. Make a decision. Rank your priorities. You can even have a conversation because maybe you like where you are, and that's okay. And you never know. If you don't say anything, y'all know, closed mouth, don't get fed. Say something and say, hey, listen, I know y'all have to do what y'all have to do. Right? But I've been working from home. I've been productive. I've been able to contribute at a very high level. My performance review we just passed, and I gotta meet expectations. So you know that I'm able to perform. And it would be very beneficial for me to stay at home. I really want to make this work. What are my options? I really want to make this work. Just be totally transparent. Put your cards on the table. At least you'll know where you stand. All right. At least you'll know where you stand. All right. How we doing? Everybody all right? Everybody okay? All right. Well, it's good catching back up with y'all. Beginning of the month, beginning of the week. We are not going to go past, right, the 6-month mark. We got 2 more months since we just started May, right? We got May and June. If you need to make a decision about transitioning, about moving, about getting unstuck, about leaving that boss, that toxic work environment, about really going for your calling and what it is that you know that you should be doing. You feel it. Remember when I told you earlier that I felt it was just my health. I just felt like my health was being attacked. And that's because I was stressed. That's a priority for me. And so I left. Am I telling you to leave? No, I'm telling you to make a decision. If you feel like this isn't what I want to do, don't do it. Don't be governed by bills. They're going to be here when you're not. You can do this. You can roll that stuff over. 401k, you can get your health care, all of that. Don't do that to yourself. I did it. It was the worst thing I could have ever done. I was 8 minutes from my house when I left, when they what's it called? What I'm trying to say? Riffed us at AT&T when it was Comcast. I was 8 minutes. I was gonna stay there forever. I had no plans on leaving that place. I was 8 minutes. I didn't move and everything, but that was the goal in my mind because I couldn't see anything else. I couldn't see anything else. I was 8 minutes from home. I had 401k. Back then, they were giving away pensions. I knew everybody. I had a huge glass office. Like, I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all crazy. I am not going. I was devastated. I was devastated. I had to go. But it was God's plan, not mine. I can't take credit. It wasn't my plan. I had to go. And thank God I did. I want to show y'all these pictures of what blinders are. Because I think a visual would be good. I'm going to show y'all. Y'all know I'm always showing y'all stuff. Hold on. Here's what I mean. Take the blinders off. Here's what I mean. Let me show you. Y'all see? Y'all see the blind? Let me see if y'all can see. Y'all see the blinders on the horse? Y'all see that? These are the blinders I was talking about. Some of us have blinders and we just have that straight, that tunnel vision. That horse can't see on the left or on the right. He can just see what's in front of him. Take that blinder off. That horse probably jump over gates, go in the audience, go all over. That's what I want you to do. I want you to go all over. Forget about the ladder. Get on the jungle gym. Get on the jungle gym. Y'all see that? That's right, Brandy. That's it. That's it. That's it. Anina said, fear, false evidence appearing real. Do it afraid. That's it, girl. Do it afraid. The fear will dissipate. That's it. Brandy said, yes, that's it, Brandy. That's it. Blinders. Like we all got it. Y'all know that we have some tunnel vision on some things. And because of how we were taught, and y'all know I always talk about this, we were taught to go get a good job and get a good education and, contribute and perform at a high level and make sure you do good work and you'll be okay. No, sir. I'm just getting 2%. I did a whole equation up here. I did this over on some platform. I don't know where I was at. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it says 85,000 plus 2% raise, because typically performance reviews come around March. So I know they were doing it. I was just showing this equation to somebody and it came out to 86.7. But if you left and got another job, you typically get 10%. You go up to 93.5. So I'm just saying, what we doing in 2022? 5 months in, almost at the 6-month mark, at the top of May, at the top of the week. What are we doing? Are we making a decision? It's just one word, decision. I'm going to show you how to get some money next Saturday, May 14th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to drop the link when we get off of here. Totally free. We need to go. I have to go through the questions though, because those questions was coming like this last week. So I did take some time. Somebody called me. I took some time and I was writing down the questions. So we're going to go through those and then we'll figure out how to get this money. Hey, hi, saw you on TikTok. I'm getting back to work after a long break, 14 years. Hey, Desert Meadow. I have been retraining myself and teaching myself SQL. That's it. Trying to learn high-tech skills. Tantrabido? Catch up. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's it. Y'all see? Desert Meadow saying, listen, I took a long break. I am retraining myself. This is a person that's taking action, and they're taking control of what? Their careers. They're not leaving it up to anybody else. They said, I'm teaching myself. Look, it's right there. I don't know if y'all can see. She's on YouTube. It's right. I don't know. I don't know if it's a she or he, but teaching myself SQL. They're not waiting on a manager. They're not waiting on anyone, an employer, and then get mad at them and say, you all are giving us any training or any money to go. I'm going to do this myself because it's my career. Brandy said the old custom no longer applies. Loyalty isn't appreciated or rewarded. And that's it, Brandy. That's it. It's not. It's not. Loyalty is out the door. That's been gone. They are not loyal. But as employees, we are all loyal. Oh, I really like my boss. Oh, somebody on TikTok had told me that too, Desert. They in the comments, they said, I really like my boss. I really like my job, but my pay is trash. That was her comment. I said, so then what are we doing? I think we were talking about freedom. And I said, are you really free? You like your boss, you like your job, but your pay is trash. That was her words, not mine. And I remember saying, so are you really free then? Because you're going in this routine every day, but you hate the money you're getting. I should have asked, well, why are you going? Because you like your job and you like your boss. Okay. So if your boss had to make a decision to let you go, either her or you, who do you think she's going to choose? Who do you think? I can tell you. Y'all better look out for yourselves. If the pandemic didn't teach us anything else, it should have taught us all that we need to be better prepared. 180,000 people got let go from one company. I used to work there. 180,000, y'all, that's a lot of people. How do you even do that on a Zoom? Like, how do you even... And nobody was prepared. And it's almost like, and I know this is a little bit morbid, but it's like you can't prepare when somebody passes away, right? But your career, like I said earlier, it's like your baby. You have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. You have to develop it. You have to feed it. You have to speak into it and give it life. Just like Desert Meadow. After 14 years, I'm teaching myself SQL. They recognize, listen, I'm getting back out here. I know it's changed. And they want to be relevant. 14 years ago, in the tech space, they were talking about COBOL and mainframe. You go into an interview now or talk to a recruiter not talking about that, you're going to get a quick no, a real quick no. And they might cuss in front of the no. Right? But Desert Meadow know the deal. Listen, I'm training myself. I'm going to get back out here. Here's what I'm going to do. That's taking control of what's yours. If you went to school, got your MBA, whatever it is you got, you paid a lot of money. You invested in that. And you mean to tell me you're just going to let it sit there because you're not working in the field? So you over it? Oh, I went to school for, I don't know, I got, degree in accounting, but right now I'm working at Bank of America as a teller and I'm miserable. Okay, so you spent the time, you definitely spent the money, and you're just accepting? You're just going to accept that's your lot in life? That's it? Come on. Come on. Like I start sweating. Come on. And the only reason why I can say this is because I did it. I did it scared, just like Anina said. I did it scared. I was scared out of my mind. But I refuse to spend my time that I'll never get back for somebody else that I know when those doors are closed. And working in HR, there was a lot of closed doors. I knew when something was getting ready to happen. I knew when something was getting ready to pop up. I knew when it was getting ready to rift people. Reduction in force. I'm like, no, I can't go. It happened to me once. I can't do this again. Let me make a decision and figure out what it is I need to do. All right. We good, y'all? How we do tonight? Y'all know we be talking. All right. Hopefully I was helpful. Hopefully I gave you just some things to think about. Like I said, I never want to try to, sell you a dream like it doesn't take work, because it does. But I do know I showed you that headline for a reason. I'm not making this up. It is possible. It's possible, but you do have to act, and you have to first make a decision. You know if you like where you at. You know if you're not making the money you know that you deserve, that you know that you're worth. Remember, we talked about worth and value. You know what you bring to the table. You bet on you. I bet on you. Don't let me bet on you and you don't even bet on you. I bet on you. Just because the fact you showed up tonight. There are people watching what's on TV right now. Real Housewives right now. You showed up here. You don't have to do that. That's how I know. That's how I know. I believe in you. And that feeling you have, it's a weird feeling. You can't even describe it. It's just a feeling that you know that you're worth more. You know that you want more. I know that you do. Because typically the people that are drawn to you are just like you, and you a lot like me. That's how I know. That's how I know. And I want more for you. I want you to do whatever it takes. Like I said, just take some time, step back. Say, you know what, I do. By Christmas, I want a remote role, and I want to be in leadership. I'm 40, I'm 30, I'm 50, I'm 60. It's time. I have been comfortable, Kelly. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge it. I've been comfortable. I've been a little scared. I don't really want to touch and roll over my 401k, but I do want more. I do want more. I want more from my kids. I want more from my family. I got ailing parents. They're getting older, and I know I need to step it up. And I've been a little lax, but I got it now. I got it. My dream has been to take care of my niece and my nephews, my daughter, because my parents, which were their grandparents, when they passed away, that's all they had. And so I was determined. I'm like, I'm going to show them something different. I'm going to break the curse, because we was broke. I grew up broke. Like, I can't even count how many times the light was off and the heat was off. And I mean, I got stories for days, like living in Illinois. Y'all know I'm from Illinois, right? And so there was times we would, we didn't have all that, we didn't have anything. I never want them to see that. That's why I do this, because I don't want them to go through that. I don't want them to experience lighting candles. Like, I keep candles now because it's almost like, it's almost like PTSD. Like, I remember it so vividly. I keep candles still because of what I remember and what I went through. In no way compares to PTSD. So let me just put that out there. I don't want anybody thinking but you know what I'm saying, right? But like, I didn't, and I remember saying, somebody asked me, my coach, and he's like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, investing. And I said, for my family, because I don't want them to ever experience what I experienced. And I was determined, and I'm that person. I go for what I want. I don't care. I've lived in my car. I mean, there's nothing, there's no, I feel like I've experienced anything any bad thing, I feel like I've experienced it. So I'm like, what else? Is that it? What else I got to do? You mean I just got to experience a no? Is that all you got? We've all gone through some things. We've all going through some things. Ain't nobody's life perfect. Only reason why I'm sitting up here is because I'm talking to you. I'm not different than you. I'm just like you. You're here with me and listening to me because we're a lot alike. You got your reasons, even if it's for you. It's okay to be selfish about you. It's okay. Don't let nobody tell you that it's not. And if they can't get with you, if you want to go and invest in yourself, if you want to move around and you want to do something different, then they're not for you right now. You can love them from afar. But it's time for you to elevate. Don't stay here because you want them to go too. Everybody can't go. Everybody can go. I want more. I just want the right job. Some of these bosses at these jobs is so bad. I know. Trust me. I have had them. Desert Meadow said, I know that feeling of knowing greater things are out there waiting for me to show up. That's it. That feeling. And you can't even articulate. You can't describe it, but I know you have it because I still have it. I want so much more. And the more that I get exposure to, I'm like, wow, man, I ain't know. And that's what happens when you get out of your comfort zone. I was sharing that on the podcast when I did it. The more that when you get out of like that horse with the blinders on, they took that off. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can run over here. I can run over here. I can run over here. I can go over here. You don't know. Like that lady who worked in the warehouse at Amazon for all those years. She's like, I can sit at home and just type. I can get my nails done because she couldn't get her nails done because she had to wear gloves. She had to wear steel-toed shoes. She had to wear safety glasses. She had to wear the vest with the bright colors. Nothing but men. She's like, I can be a girl. You know what that does for a person, y'all? That's freedom. That's what I'm talking about. You deserve that. And I'm not trying to be preaching and woo-woo and all that stuff, because again, you got to it's your career. You got to take the steps to do that. But I want you to know it's possible. It's possible. Namaste, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. Was this helpful, y'all? Everybody okay? We all right? That's right, Brandy. We are worth it. We are worth it. I love y'all encouraging each other. That's what this community is for. I love it. I love it. And I love y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. I appreciate you all. So I'm not here talking to myself. Let's see. Aquila Price says, I want more. I know, Aquila. I know, hon. I just want that right job. Okay. Some of the bosses, they're so bad. I've had several bad bosses. Oh my gosh. I've had several bad bosses. Several. I know that feeling. I know. I count. There's 3. Deborah at Coca-Cola, Karen when I worked at Macy's, and there's one more. I've always remembered there was one more. Those are 2 of my best bosses. Best. But I've had some bad ones. One lady who was bad, she actually committed suicide. This was years ago. And this lady told me that I used to work with. She was like, she committed suicide. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. But you never know what people are going through, But yeah. All right, y'all. We did it again. You're welcome, Brandy. You're welcome. We'll be back next week. I want to talk with y'all. I don't know if y'all saw this, but next week I want to show y'all on LinkedIn about the fake people. Stay tuned. I talked about it with my clients on our coaching call. But yeah, it's tripped out. I'm going to share a little bit with y'all next week. All right, y'all. Be safe. Have a great rest of your week. And I will see you next Tuesday. Same bat channel, same place. Y'all be safe. Be good. Bye.